Kevin Hicks with another EarthWorks Turf Talk. This will be the fourth installment in um, our construction series that I thought I'd bring to you because there's just been a lot of things going on in the last few years with regard to construction, both in sports turf, in golf, and been a lot of things that I've noted that come up frequently that I think are worth sharing with everyone that's viewing this. And this one is about construction amendments, specifically our amendments, but also wanted to cover a little bit of some of the options. First question is why amend? Most of us in sports turf, if we're constructing greens or sports fields, we're using some sort of a modified sand um, profile, and they're essentially inert. There's not much life, not much microbial activity in those. They've been designed that way for a reason, for drainage, for aeration. But I think it's important that we add things to that mix in order to really get a good jump start on the grow in. The most common one I think that we see in the market because it is widely acceptable is peat, whether it's sphagnum or reed sedge. I'll leave that up to you, but I've certainly used a lot of that in my career as a golf course superintendent, but I think there's some limiting factors, and there's also a diminishing return with that product, and it's gotten very expensive as an amendment. So, I think we can do a little bit better than that. I certainly understand there's a level of security and insurance that goes along with that, so I don't fault anyone for leaving some of that in there, but we bring some pretty amazing construction amendments to the table that I think can really help you not only shorten the grow-in period, but give you benefits long term. The first one is on the inorganic side. We offer a product called Ecolite, which is a zeolite material. That's a mined product, very high CEC. In fact, when you compare it to the calcined clays that are pretty common in the industry, it's a 5 to 6 time higher CEC value than calcined clays. Also has an amazing affinity for things like potassium and ammoniacal nitrogen, and of course water as well. Although it does give up water a lot more freely than the calcined clays because of the pore size. So there's a lot of benefits to be had from Ecolite, and would encourage you to ask questions if you have any about that particular amendment. And then our combination product is called Renovate Plus. Really, really cool and innovative product that we've offered for a long time. And the foundation of that is Ecolite. About half of that mix is Ecolite, and then on top of that, we add our composted egg layer poultry manure, organic potassium in the form of what's called green sand, kelp meal, humic and fulvic acids. We've got some rock phosphates in there as well, and sulfomag or Kmag as an additional potassium source for grow in. Great material. It's now homogeneous, has been for the last several years. Our plant homogenizes it just like the rest of our fertilizer materials. Really good for not only for amending a soil profile, but for aeration, recovery, ball fields, football fields, soccer, goal mouths. We use it for all kinds of applications, along with our micro replenish product that has a great mycorrhiza package in it, along with our compost. I won't talk about micro replenish on this one, but I'd encourage you to look that one up as well. That's a great starter fertilizer for getting seed or sod established in a quick time frame. Um, so I think at the end of the day, for me, not adding anything is probably the 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 worst of the choices, if you will. Yes, there's some cost savings, but I think the cost in the long term of not adding good quality amendments that are going to give you long-term benefits can come back to you in the form of grow-in layer or thatch that's a result of having to increase your nitrogen because you haven't added any biology to that mix. Increased nitrogen during the grow-in process can definitely bite us later on, and now you've got a thatch layer that you have to deal with through traditional cultivation. Nothing worse than growing in a new green and having to tell your ownership or your membership that you got to start aerifying because there's thatch in it. And some of the, especially with bent grasses, cool season, some of those bent grasses are pretty darn aggressive on the surface. So if we've got to do a lot of nitrogen input during growing, that can definitely cost you in the long run. I've also run into some situations where consultants will tell customers that you don't need to put anything in that mix, that the roots will take care of it for you, which I'm not sure what the angle is there, but I think that needs to be up to the turf manager in order to make those decisions. Like I said, there is a cost involved, but I think long term you're gonna reap the benefits of that, and the ROI on investing in your root zone mix on the front end is a whole lot less expensive um, than trying to make up for it later. So just a couple of ideas. We we all can help you with decision makings. I didn't get into rates because it's fairly variable based on your needs, based on your location, based on your budget. So we can definitely work with you on that. But Renovate Plus and Ecolite, I think, are just two dynamite amendments to work with. And like I said, any of your EarthWorks representatives can help you with the details on that. But I'd encourage you to look those up, and if you have any questions, reach out. We'd be glad to help you with those as well. So with that, have a great day, and we'll wrap up this series with the next installment. And I look forward to seeing you there. And make sure that you subscribe to the podcast and also to the Turf Talks so that you get our updates on a weekly basis. Thanks very much.